Michael gets the start at first base. Andrew Jones has hit in 7 straight. After Andrew, it's Estrada, Langerhans, Mondesi, and Smoltz. Here's the defense for Colorado today. Holiday, Sullivan, and Hupp in the outfield. Relaford, Marmas, Miles, and Helton from third to first. Veteran Todd Green will do the catching for Byung-Hyun Kim, 26 years old, a diminutive 5'9", 180 out of South Korea. He's in his 6th year, but having all kinds of problems here at the start of this season. He's pitched 13 innings and allowed 26 base runners.
The walks especially unusual, 15 of them. First pitch to Rafael Furcal, taking low, ball 1. That's really never been a problem in Kim's career. You can look at last year, for example, at 3 different levels. He worked in 80 innings, only had 19 walks. Furcal at 246, leading it off. And takes a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kim is going to be limited to about 50 pitches in this game this afternoon, so he's not out there to try to pitch too deep into the game. He's been working out of the bullpen all season long, and he's a substitution for Joe Kennedy, the scheduled starter, who's out with a bruised foot. Furcal retired by Helton, 1 gone.
Here are the umpires for today's game. The crew chief, Tim McClellan, behind the plate. Chuck Merriweather at first. Mike Everett at second. Tim Timmons at third base. McClellan a little deliberate in his strike calls. We'll try not to not second guess, but try not to jump the gun on his calls.
Marcus Giles up to 324. 5 hits in this series in 10 at-bats. He has a 6-game hitting streak. And 13 of his 33 hits this year have been doubles. One and one. The mysterious thing about Byung-Hyun Kim, when he was closing games for the Arizona Diamondbacks, he had a fastball that registered 96, 97 miles an hour on the radar gun. He barely breaks 90 anymore with that fastball, and nobody can really figure out what happened to it. That's back out of play, and the count 1-2.
Came over from Boston right before the start of the season in a deal for Charles Johnson, a pitcher, Chris Narveson, and some cash. But last year missed a lot of time. You can see his numbers as a starter last year, though, just 7 games pitched in the big leagues because of some shoulder injuries.
It's 2-2 now on Marcus Giles. Chipper Jones waiting on deck.
He was an all-star in 2002.
And the breaking ball misses low, and the count full now, 3-2 on Giles.
One thing they wanted him to do today, the Rockies, that is just limit himself to a couple of pitches. He's got a wide assortment. Sometimes they think he tries to throw too many different pitches.
And he gets Giles swinging. First strikeout of the game for Kim. 2 gone here in the top half of the first inning. That'll bring up Chipper Jones. Chipper at 340 for the year. He's hit safely in 7 straight games. The Braves on Espanol. The Atlanta Braves in Spanish via the SAP button on your remote. Pete Manzano and Fernando Palacios bringing you the action. Here's Chipper. And Kim's first delivery is up and in, ball 1.
You can understand with his delivery why right-handers have always had some trouble with him. Lefties have had a little more success, but that sidearm delivery tough to pick up.
And it's fouled back, 1 ball, 1 strike.
2002 with Arizona, he was 8-3, a 2.04 ERA, and had 36 saves.
The 1-1 to Chipper Jones, low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Almost everybody in the lineup has had an at-bat or 2 against Kim. Nobody has really faced him a lot. Chipper 1 for 3 lifetime against him. Here's the 2-1. And that missed low and away, 3-1. Here's the 3-1 on the way, and it's hit high in the air, deep center field. Sullivan going back to the warning track, right near the wall, just enough room. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Byung-Hyun Kim.
Here's the lineup John Smoltz will face today for the Rockies. Clint Barmes will lead it off. Aaron Miles bats second and Todd Helton third. Brad Hopp in the cleanup spot today. Todd Green gets a start behind the plate. Then Relaford and Holiday. Matt returns to the lineup for the first time in 4 days. Corey Sullivan in center. And Kim, the pitcher, bats ninth.
And here is Clint Barmes, who still leads the National League with his .395 batting average, taking strike one from John Smoltz. Smoltz 9-4 lifetime against Colorado. Barmes 3 for 10 in this series. That's well hit left center field. That's no man's land out there, and Langerhans will have to chase it all the way to the wall. Let's see if Barmes tries for 3. He will. Here comes the throw. No throw. Leadoff triple for Clint Barmes. We have seen this throughout the series. Left center field, out there where the left field wall and the center field wall meet, is about 400 feet away, and no matter where you play, if you're a left fielder or a center fielder, any ball that drops in that gap just rolls and rolls and rolls.
And with a guy with some speed like Barmes, it's an automatic triple. First pitch of the ball game from Smoltz, greeted rather rudely.
So Barmes with his first triple, and a run-scoring threat immediately for the Rockies as Aaron Miles steps in. And in this situation, runners in scoring position, there's been nobody better in the major leagues this year. He's hitting .579 with runners in scoring position this year. .295 overall. Infield in at the corners. In the air, right center field, deep. Not as much ground to cover out there, though, and you can get to a ball much easier in right center than you can in left center. Barmes will tag and score on the sac fly by Miles, and the Rockies take a 1-0 lead.
Gotta like the way Miles plays the game. He does things right, gets runners over, can bunt. If there's one shortcoming, maybe a little over aggressive at the plate. He's only walked twice this year in 110 plate appearances.
Now Todd Helton hitting .291. He's only 2 out of 7 so far in this series. 1 ball, no strikes. Smoltz 3-3, an earned run average of 3.05. Back out of play. Would have been very easy for him to say, you know, I better hold off a couple more days just to avoid pitching at Coors Field. But he felt it was very important to keep in the rotation in the regular order. He also realizes that Horacio Ramirez has never pitched in Dodger Stadium before. And Horacio will be the opening game starter in Los Angeles on Friday, and that's Horacio's hometown. He's had a lot of family and friends out there, a day he was very much looking forward to, and now he'll have it happen there. If Smoltz was not able to pitch today, Horacio Ramirez was going to be moved into this slot.
There was some question that if Smoltz got off to a rough start or re-injured himself in the first inning, would Ramirez take over today, and that's not going to be the case.
Here's a 3-1 now to Helton. Fly ball left center field deep. Langerhans going back again on the warning track's going to have to play this one off the wall. Helton heading for second. Here comes the throw. Close, but Helton gets in there safely. And the first 3 hitters have all hit the ball hard off of John Smoltz here in the first inning. That's a double for Todd Helton. Almost had it out of here.
See where the pitch was. Looked like it was up. It was up and away from him, and that's what Helton does so well, is hit the ball where it's pitched. And if John has a strained muscle in his back, if any pitcher has a strain in their back, one of the hardest things for them to do is to fully elongate themselves in their delivery and get the ball down. And right now John's up.
Here's the right fielder now, Brad Hopp, hitting .329 with 4 homers. He's 2 for 9 in this series. Left-hand hitter, first pitch swinging, fly ball again, left center field, again deep, again Langerhans back to the warning track. This time he makes the catch. Orion had 6 putouts in the game last night, including a couple of game-saving plays. In fact, Clint Hurdle, the Rockies manager, said if they ever create a rule to award a save to someone other than the pitcher, Ryan Langerhans should have gotten it last night. And he has been on his horse already this afternoon.
He's gotten his wind sprints in. If he wasn't loose before the game started, he is loose now. Good play.
2 men out. Helton went 2/3 of the way to third, thinking that ball might fall in, so he was unable to tag up in advance. He's still at second with 2 outs. Here's Todd Green hitting .267 with a couple of homers. Doing the catching today and down on the count 0-1. Todd lives in Alpharetta, just outside of Atlanta, during the offseason. works out with a lot of the Braves during their off-season conditioning.
John altered his first pitch sequence that time, threw him a slider. Everything else had been a fastball, and they were jumping on the first pitch.
Now the 0-1. There's a breaking ball rolled up the middle. Raphael for call on the first in time. So despite the distance on some of those fly balls, only 1 run scores in the first. Rockies have the early lead.
Fans, it's time for the know-how question of the game, built by the Home Depot. If you have a question, send us an email, and if chosen, we'll answer it later in the game. Send your email to tbsmailbag@atlantabraves.com. Please include your name and where you're from.
It's a 1-0 Colorado lead as Julio Franco leads off here in the top of the second. Andrew Jones will follow, then Johnny Estrada. Julio in at first base. Adam LaRoche has been playing on a sore hamstring for the last 4 or 5 days. Re-aggravated it last night. He's out of the game today, hoping not to miss too much time. 0-1 the count on Franco. Julio 261. He has a homer. He has 3 RBIs, and he's 1 for 2 lifetime against Byung-Hyun Kim. No balls, 2 strikes.
We talked about this last night a little bit, Pete, when Julio got in at bat. But in this series anyway, it's like Julio's trying to beat the defense. They've set it up to shade him way around to right field, take that away from him. And as a result, it looks like he's been trying to pull everything.
Just off the outside corner. 1-2 on Franco. He's only had 2 at-bats in this series. He's 0 for 2. Everybody looks a little cool today, don't they? There's one up the middle by Franco for a base hit, and the Braves have their first base runner. Boy, he waited on that ball nicely. And Franco aboard with nobody out for Andrew Jones.
With Julio at first, let's take a look at the John Deere leaderboard, which today includes Andrew Jones. When you talk about guys who are hot in the National League over the last 10 days, Andrew's right in there. 5th among players over the last 10 days with a .433 average. While Overbay had another home run last night. He's been tearing it up for Milwaukee.
Andrew now 288 overall for the year. He's hit safely in 7 straight games. And he came up with a solution last night for the strain of playing the outfield here at Coors Field. He said they should make every game 5 innings. No longer. He said that's about all you can take out there. He may get his wish today with the weather forecast. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Broken bat liner. The bat almost got the pitcher Kim. The ball is foul up into the seats.
Wow.
And Byung-Hyun Kim had to do a little dance step out there to avoid the meat end of the bat. Count 1-1.
Some fan went high pockets over tea kettle too, trying to catch that fly ball, and went backwards over a seat.
So the splinters have been recovered. Andrew has some new wood and steps in with a count of 1-1. Not a lot of people here today, and you can understand why. In fact, the rain is starting to fall once again. Some more umbrellas coming out. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, and Andrew Jones.
You can see what problems Kim presents to right-handed hitters when he's on, and that is he throws hard enough to keep you honest with a good hard sidearm sinker, but that slider kind of floats in there, kind of throws it at the hitter, and it's very flat, kind of sweeps in front of him.
Here's the 1-2. That'll be out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top half of inning 2. They very much want to get this game in. This is the Braves' only visit to Colorado this year. And while the Braves have an off day tomorrow, the Rockies don't. They have a scheduled game with Arizona, so there's no chance of staying over and making the game up tomorrow. Next pitch is way outside 2-2, and the only common off day the 2 teams have where a game could be made up is June 9th. And neither team really wants to do that. They'd love to be able to get this one in today.
Yeah, that's right in the middle of a long homestand for Atlanta. To have to come to Denver for 1 day would be a real pain.
Here's the 2-2, way outside, 3-2. Johnny Estrada waiting to hit next. It was 84 degrees here yesterday.
Kind of nice, wasn't it?
It can change in a hurry out here. Beautiful city. And there's ball 4, and there's another walk issued by Kim, the 16th walk he's given up this year after walking only 19 all of last year. First and second, nobody out, and the batter will be Johnny Estrada, up to 247. He's got 4 hits in this series.
Had a big hit last night with 2 outs, a bases loaded double to get the Braves started in their big first inning. In fact, Braves have outscored opponents 38-20 now in the first inning this year.
Braves remain a game and a half up on Florida in the National League East, while the Colorado Rockies, who are off to their worst start, 8-22 after their first 30 games, and they're really the only team that's out of the picture in the National League West. Everybody else is within 4 games. The Rockies are 11 games out. Shallow center. Barmes going back, and the infield fly rule called by the base umpires. 1 away. And now Ryan Langerhans. He's made a real impression in the last few days. He had that big offensive day on Sunday against Houston with a double and 2 homers and 6 RBIs, and then an outstanding defensive game last night. 6 putouts, including 2 game savers. I want to find the quote because I've never heard this word before. Bobby Cox invented a new word.
I know what it was. I remember it. Here are the catches. First one was off the bat of Clint Barmes with 2 runners aboard and 2 out. Runners were moving on the crack of the bat. And this one coming in, which is a very tough play for an infielder, or outfielder rather, and both savers called it hemmed him in, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he hemmed up 2 difficult plays.
Hemmed up.
Oh, yeah, I guess a sewing term, isn't it?
Yes.
0-2 the count on Ryan Langerhans. First and second, and 1 aboard. Fouls it away and stays alive. 0-2.
That's a defensive swing when you're trying to make sure that Kim can't throw that sinker down and away, and you don't want to take that for a called 3rd strike, and got jammed as a result.
Jones and Franco have their leads, and the pitch to Langerhans rolls slowly right side, fielded by Hilton. He'll take it himself, close but in time, and the runners move up to second and third, and there are 2 outs now for Raul Mondesi, who has had a lot of at-bats in situations like this lately. Seems like he's coming to the plate a lot with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Hitting .204 in the year. 3 home runs. He's driven in 13.
Well, again, we've talked about this entire series. Be patient. You don't have to go after the first pitch, and they've been throwing Raul a lot of sliders on the first pitch.
He's only 2 for 13 in this situation. Runners in scoring position and 2 outs. So the at-bats have been there. The production has not. When he's hit in this spot, see what he does here. Of course, they could always elect to pitch around him and go after the pitcher, John Smoltz, except for the fact that Smoltz is a pretty good hitting pitcher. And if you're having trouble with your control.
Well, I think that may have been what Green went out to talk to him
No,
about.
they're going to walk him. They're going to take that chance.
Take it out of the equation. I really thought they might throw him some sliders to see if he would get himself in a hole.
Well, the only danger you're in here is if you've had trouble throwing strikes all year, which Kim really has. This will be the 2nd walk of the game off of Kim. It'll be the 17th walk of the year. He's only pitching in his 15th inning. See if Smoltz takes a pitch or 2 to see if Kim is able to throw him a strike early in the count. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
If you remember, Pete, late in the game, his last at bat, especially after he hurt his back, John didn't take the bat off his shoulders. He stood at the plate till he was struck out. And I don't know if he's able to swing any better than that now, but we're about to find out.
He's 2 for 12 in the year as a hitter. Well, he took a cut at that one and missed it. 0-1. John did not accompany the Braves to Colorado when they flew out here on Sunday. He stayed back in Atlanta to get some treatment on that back, worked with a chiropractor as well as a physician. The 0-1 pitch way outside, 1 ball 1 strike. So he joined the club yesterday. You can see the raindrops have returned. And a 1-1 pitch to Smoltz. 1-2.
Kind of a nuisance rain right now. One of those that just enough to get you wet, but not enough to drive you crazy. And I don't think it's a problem for the fielders right now.
Kim ahead in the count, 1-2 with the bases full, 2 outs, and strikes out Smoltz. He went right up the ladder on him and gets him swinging. Second strikeout of the game for Byung-Hyun Kim. It's still a 1-0 Colorado lead.
This time, it's bigger, better, and more outrageous. The Real Gilligan's Island premieres June 8th on TBS.
Pete Van Weer and Joe Simpson with you back here at Coors Field. The rain continues to fall during the break between the top and bottom half of the second inning. The head groundskeeper Mark Razum came out, had a conversation with Tim McClellan, who's the crew chief here, about the weather forecast, we would presume, for the rest of the afternoon. Here's Desi Rutherford leading off in the second against John Smoltz. And taking ball 1. Rutherford at third for the second straight game, hitting .273 for the year.
According to Flip Diamond in the truck, there is a line of showers heading our way from the south. Looks like they are arriving.
Some guys are weather forecasters. He is a weather aftercaster. The rain has arrived, and we get the report from Mr. Diamond that there is rain on the way. That's a much safer way of going about that business.
Well, Glenn's very good at that.
2 balls and a strike on Rutherford. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Grounded foul down past Dave Collins, the first base coach, and the count 2-2.
It's kind of a Seattle day, Pete.
It's very dreary. About 30 degrees cooler than it was yesterday, and it's been raining all morning and now into the afternoon. Franco will take that one himself. And Desi Rutherford's retired. 1 gone. Let's go to Mark Fine for an update. Mark.
All right, Pete, wanted to get you up to date on this Yankees-Mariners game. Unbelievable. Tino Martinez, 5th home run in 5 games, 7 in his last 8. That tied it at 9. Then the next inning, Derek Jeter up, more of the same, another home run in this one. Sheffield is also homered. It's now 12-9 Yankees.
And a long ways to go in that one. Long ways to go in this one, too. It's 1-0 Rockies with Matt Holliday back in the starting lineup. Hitting .255, no homers, 14 RBIs. He had a few days off just to try to get him to settle down a little bit. He was pressing, according to his manager, Clint Hurdle. 4 for his last 36. Big dip in the batting average.
He's doing all right before that slump came along.
2-0 the count.
Had a good year last year as a rookie.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And it's popped up foul along the right side. Count goes to 2-1. Braves will fly to Los Angeles right after this game. They'll have an off day there tomorrow, then open up a series with the Dodgers on Friday night. That'll be the Horacio Ramirez game against Jeff Weaver. Up the middle, that's going to fall in for a base hit. Hit number 3 given up by Smoltz.
That looked like a slider that was hanging up out over the plate. And again, it bears watching how much John's able to follow through. And it was just a spinner. It didn't really do much.
John talked about pitching in this field, a field, Coors Field, that pitchers really hate to pitch in. And John has had some success here, but he says that the whole key to it is just trying to stay out of the big inning. You're going to give up a run here and you're going to give up a run there. You're not going to pitch 2-hit shutouts here very often, but if you can stay away from that 5 or 6 run inning, you can figure out a way to win here. Here's Corey Sullivan, the rookie, taking strike one of the inside corner. It's a good looking young player hitting .333s in center field this afternoon. He's made some good defensive plays in this series. He has 3 hits as well in 8 at-bats.
And had never played above Double-A.
That's the remarkable thing, the fact that he missed all of last year after playing in Double-A 2 years ago, then undergoing surgery, Tommy John surgery. And here he is, and they like what they've got. Burkall stepping on second, throwing to first, and gets the inning-ending double play. So Smoltz stayed out of the big inning and kept the Rockies off the scoreboard, period. Moving along to the third, it's a 1-0 Colorado Rockies lead, top of the order for Atlanta. Rafael Furcal grounded out to first in the first. Both teams have made roster moves since the end of yesterday. The Atlanta Braves, Kevin Grabowski, has been suffering from a flu-like illness, virus infection of some sort for the last 3 or 4 days, and it really hasn't gotten any better, so they sent him back to Atlanta. And he becomes the first player this year for the Braves to go on the disabled list. And to replace him, Frank Brooks, the young left-hander that the Braves recently acquired from the Dodger organization, has been called up.
He's been pitching pretty good baseball at Richmond.
On the ground towards second, gobbled up by Miles. And one gone in the third for Atlanta. And a couple of moves made by the Colorado Rockies. They've claimed right-handed pitcher Blaine Neal off the waiver wire from the Boston Red Sox, and they've claimed left-handed pitcher Randy Williams off the waiver wire from the San Diego Padres. Williams goes to AAA. Neal will join the Rockies. When he does, they'll have to make a roster move. And they've also traded outfielder Michael Restovich to the Pittsburgh Pirates for a player to be named later.
Third team for Restovich since spring training.
1 ball, no strikes to Marcus Giles. Struck out his first time. 1-1.
It's interesting to see the folks that have come to the ballpark today and what they've brought for rain gear or cold and wet gear.
Well, they're used to it here in Denver. The weather this time of year very, very changeable. You get a lot of times when you get 75-degree weather one day and 45-degree weather the next.
Some choosing substance and function over style.
Here's the 1-2 now to Giles, way outside, 2-2.
That was a nice little pirouette by Kim on the follow through. I don't think you'll see Dan Kolb do this, but we might. You never know.
Breaking ball just off the outside corner. That's a tough pitch to lay off of, because when it starts out, it looks like it's going to be maybe even over the inner part of the plate. But it just keeps sailing and sailing, and if you're a right-hand hitter, you've really got to be careful. You don't chase it if it's out of the strike zone. That one was in the strike zone, and young Kim has looked good. That's his 3rd strikeout. He's done a good job moving the ball around.
I think the Braves thought they might be able to pick on a guy who hasn't been pitching very well, but if he's only going to throw 50 pitches, then he's only got 2 to go, and they might be happy he could get out of there pretty soon.
Chipper Jones fly to center in the first inning. Wonder if Clint Hurdle will change the game plan the way Kim has thrown so far. 0-1 on Chipper. There's nobody in their bullpen right now. Off speed and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, there's pitch number 50.
He's on borrowed time now.
Fouled away by Chipper Jones. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 run, 3 hits for the Rockies. No runs, 1 hit for Atlanta. Kim trying to get the top third of the batting order out in 1-2-3 fashion for the 2nd time today. He did that in the first inning, and he's done it here in the second. And that's his 4th strikeout. Clint Hurdle may be reassessing his plan for the day. It's still 1-0 Rockies.
This Friday, the Braves will be in Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers at 10:30 Eastern Time. We'll have all access. Golfing with John Smoltz and Inside Tracks with Adam LaRoche. That's Friday, presented by Sonic. Braves TBS Extra.
Bottom of the 3rd, still 1-0 Rockies, and young Kim hitting for himself. No activity in the bullpen, so apparently that initial plan to limit him to 50 pitches today has been scratched because of how effective Kim has been over the first 3 innings. 0-2 the count on Kim. He's batting for the first time this year. He's a 188 lifetime hitter. Not bad. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
John Smoltz has allowed only 1 run in each of his last 4 starts. He's given up 1 run here today. Obviously, if he can hold him right there, you got to like his chances, though, in this park.
Little pirouette in the swing there, too.
He's got some style to it.
Yes, he does. Remember those little things that you had? You pushed the bottom of them and the little figure swings like a hitter. And then when you release the button, it does that.
They kind of collapse and then they
comes
spring
back. That's
yes.
right, yeah. First strikeout for Smoltz, 1 gone in the 3rd. And here's Clint Barmas, who led off the first inning with a triple and scored. Came in at 395. He's up to an even 400 now. And close to 500 at home. It's 27 for 57 here at Coors Field.
He's not doing it in a cheap fashion. I mean, he's got 5 homers, I think 9 doubles, and now a triple.
Driving in some runs from the leadoff spot. He's got 19 RBIs.
Came in with a .597 slugging percentage.
On the ground is short for call. Over to first.
Braves in the first 2 games had been set down in order only once. That was in the 9th inning of game 1. And Kim has turned the trick twice already in 3 innings today.
Now the second baseman, Aaron Miles, he had a sac fly to right center field that Andrew Jones hauled in back in the first inning. Driving in the game's only run. This one into shallow left center field. Who's going to get it? Langerhans after a long run. And that's a very easy inning for John Smoltz. The Rockies go 1-2-3. Well, a very different style game than we're used to seeing here at Coors Field. Colorado lead. We headed to the 4th inning with Julio Franco leading it off for Atlanta, Joe.
And Julio has the only hit for the Braves. He singled leading off the 2nd. Andrew Jones walked to follow him, but Braves couldn't get anybody around. They wound up with the bases loaded and Smoltz up with 2 out, and John struck out. Julio now with 2,470 hits. He's 1 behind Ducky Medwick for 85th place all time. 1-1. Two and 1 the count. That breaking ball from Kim sometimes takes kind of an upward slant. Because of where it comes out of his hand and that sidearm, almost submarine delivery. 2-2. Want a fastball away, but missed with location, and lucky to get away with that one.
I think he has surprised everybody with how effective he's been today. He really had not been pitching well at all for the Rockies, and he was just kind of a stopgap in there to try to get him through the first 3 or 4 innings.
Well, coming into play today, 13 innings, 15 walks, 3 hit batsmen, 5 wild pitches. He'd only given up 8 hits, but he had had a ton of base runners. There's a shot to right, and Hop had him played perfectly.
With 1 out here in the 4th inning, let's give you today's Aflac trivia question.
Aflac.
And here it is. Who was the Rockies' first All-Star pitcher? That is something to really be proud of if you're picked to the All-Star team when you're a pitcher for the Colorado Rockies.
And it would be some slim pickings. Andrew walked his first time up. There's that breaking ball that froze him. 0-1. Well hit to deep right. Hop is not going to make a play on this one. This is out of here. Tie game. Hop was trying to deke Andrew a little bit, but he's really just setting himself up to play it off the wall. If it hit the wall, it didn't. For Andrew, he's hit an 8 straight, and that's his 6th home run. And another drive to right field like spring training, Pete.
8-game hitting streak. He's 14 for 29 during that streak. And his ability to hit the ball and hit it with some power to right and right center field, in addition to hitting the ball up the middle after he got down in the count with 2 strikes, were the things that had everybody excited in spring training, and it appears to be on the way back after that long slump he was in early.
Johnny Estrada takes a breaking ball outside. He popped to short his first time.
They had a stat out this morning before the game that Andrew Jones, if you took away the 0 for 28 slump that he had this year, would be hitting .388 this year. So outside of that slump, he's hit well.
That's got a chance. Another one to deep right. Out by the Rockies bullpen. Hop right up against the wall, makes the catch. So 3 hard hit balls here in the 4th inning. 2 out for Langerhans. Ryan grounded out his first time up. .373 feet, the tail of the tape on Andrew's homer. For Hopper to Barmas, who airmails it over the head of Helton and into the camera well, and Langerhans, who was kind of diving to get out of the way of Helton, had to go back and retouch first, and he'll wind up at second base. That must have been a wet baseball.
That ball really sailed. That's the 6th error made this year by Barmas. He tries to get that overhand throw to make it a true throw to first every time. This time it was far from true. About 6 feet over everybody's head. I think it hit a cameraman in that camera well too.
Well, they're going to walk Mondesi again. Second time they've done this. It worked for him in the 2nd inning when they loaded him up for Smoltz and struck him out. This will be the 3rd walk issued by Kim. 2 intentional. So 1st and 2nd, 2 out. Smoltz gets a chance to help himself. He was looking back in the dugout. I think he was looking for another bat, but he'll use the one he has. Todd Green motioning to the infield, knock the ball down. Don't let it get through the infield. Keep Langerhans from scoring.
Get a good indication of something Pete Orr was talking about after the game last night. Look how deep infielders have to play here. Even ground balls move quicker through this thin air. You got a pitcher hitting, and you got your shortstop and second baseman both in the grass.
Well, and we talked, and that's a tough play for them, because we were talking about Chipper last night complaining that you don't know how the ball comes out of the grass here because it's so thick and uneven.
You have to play from 4 to 6 feet deeper than you normally would, especially in the middle of the infield.
2-0 pitch, 3-0.
And if you think about it, how many sort of in-between hops we've seen second basemen and shortstops get caught with in this series, that could be a reason why.
John will be taking here 3-0. And there's a strike. I was talking to Marcus Giles. That ball that came up and bit him last night, it got him on the inside of his right hand, his throwing hand, on the palm, and it was very tender. 3-1 pitch, strike 2 call.
Second look at that. A little bit above the, but it's where it crossed the plate. It crossed the plate right about belt high.
Runners will be moving. Kim steps off. There they go. Outside, he walked him, and Furcal will bat with the bases loaded. So the walk to Mondesi didn't pan out this time. 4 walks for Kim.
And that gives him 19 this year, equal to the total number of walks he issued in 80 innings last year. Pitching in the Red Sox organization for the big league team, and a portion of the season last year in the minor leagues.
And as we have said numerous times already in the first 2 games, you walk people in this ballpark, you are asking for trouble. And the Braves last night, 8 of their 9 runs came with 2 out, 20 of their 38 runs against Houston. In the previous series at home came with 2 out. For call today, 2 ground outs to the right side. The 0-1 out of play. 0-2. So he walked the pitcher, but now gets ahead of Furcal. 0-2. Up to 75 pitches. Nobody throwing in the bullpen, and the rain starts up again. Struck him out. Came in on him with that breaking ball, and Furcal got tied up, and the Braves will have to settle for just the 1 on the home run by Andrew, and we're tied.
You are, but we were assigned this case by Captain Taylor.
There's been a change of plans. Once I get to work and they see me in action, they'll have a whole list of other reasons to hate my guts.
The Closer, Mondays at 9 starting June 13th on TNT.
Let's answer today's Aflac trivia question. The question was, who was the Rockies' first all-star pitcher? And the answer may surprise you. It was Mike Hampton, who went 9-5 the first half of the 2001 season. And then didn't do very much of anything after that with the Rockies. And very appropriate, I thought, that we are promoting the movie The Closer, because you have a game today between John Smoltz, former closer, and Byung-Hyun Kim, former closer.
You don't miss a thing, do you?
Try not to.
No, you really don't.
No, they don't miss a thing. But the people that put together the schedule.
I see. They try to match it up, don't they?
Try to match up game to movie later in the day.
A lot of the infielders came in to get some sunglasses, as we've had a little sunshine brighten things up here, even though the rain continues to fall. Todd Helton takes ball 1. He doubled off the left field wall his first time up. Called strike. Again, Tim McClellan, a good umpire, but he is deliberate on his call, and you got to wait to see exactly what the pitch was. 2-1 the count.
Sometime late in the year, they'll poll the players in both leagues about the best umpires, and Tim McClellan will finish very high in the ball and strike department. He always does.
Look out. That got John on the leg, and Chipper will not have a play. That was hit hard. And John's walking around, I know right now, just saying, well, that's just another nick and bruise. Just adds to everything else.
Jeff Porter hurrying out there. Now Bobby Cox also on his way to the mound. Smoltz walking or trying to walk it off out behind the mound, but grimacing as he does. See if we can see exactly where it got him. Looked like it got him on the left leg, inside the left leg, maybe inside the left ankle. Yep.
Hopefully above the ankle and more on the calf.
He's going to try it. That's his landing foot.
He wants one more. Helton gets a base hit. Hit number 4 for Colorado. He's going to stay in, I think. Went up on his tiptoes there, kind of like it might have gotten him in the calf muscle more than the ankle, Pete. But it was low. If he had had that Yeon-Hyun Kim pirouette, he might have been able to get out of the way.
Yeah, he would have been able to avoid it. As it is, he was lucky he didn't get it right on the ankle. Didn't miss it by much.
Brad Hopp sent one to deep left, caught by Langerhans, his first at bat. 1-0. Actually some blue sky overhead, even though it continues to rain. And Smoltz throws that one away. Helton will probably wind up on third base. He will. That'll be a 2-base throwing error.
A little quick spin and throw, and he threw it right into the runner, and Julio Franco had to reach into the runner and try to backhand it and couldn't quite get there. And then when it trickles off his glove, it starts rolling into right field foul territory, which there's a lot of here at Coors Field.
Yeah, and Raul Mondesi never moved. He stood there and watched Julio retrieve that and was a spectator. 1-1 to Hopp.
Been watching Hopp in this series. He has an interesting setup, doesn't he? He actually literally taps the bat on his shoulder a couple of times to get started.
But I like the way he coils once the pitcher's in his delivery. He turns that front shoulder in. He's a very strong young player. 2 for 10 in the series with 4 RBIs and a chance, golden opportunity to get the Rockies back on top here. Good stop by Estrada. 3-1. And Johnny's a little gimpy.
Got him just above the knee protector.
Yeah, back on the inside. Kind of rattled around and got him in a couple of places, but missed the shin guard.
Well, if you choose to play that position, you are going to go through a lot of this over the course of a season. But those who play back there say there is nothing more rewarding than guiding a pitcher through a game, a winning game, and contributing a couple of hits.
Sure thing.
Along with it. You really feel like you have been a huge part of the ball game back there.
I've always admired and respected catchers. You know, there's just very few people who are willing to put the gear on and get back there and take the beating. That's foul, full count. They just announced that's an error on Julio.
They're going to give the error to Julio instead of Smoltz. On Helton going first to third.
Payoff pitch to Hopp. He walked him first and oh, he rang him up. Whew, sorry, I got burned again by the delayed call. So did Hopp. He was headed to first base.
Yeah, he thought it was ball 4. Clint Hurdle thought it was ball 4, but Tim McClellan called it a strike, and that was a real benefit to Smoltz. That pitch was not a strike.
No, it wasn't. And it was made to look even worse by the fact that Estrada, I think, was set up a little bit outside and had to catch it backhanded.
So the Braves caught a break on that call.
Infield shortens up now for Todd Green. 0-1. A single off the leg of Smoltz, and then a two-base error charged to Julio, and then a strikeout. We're tied 1-1. It's now 2-1 Colorado. Green goes the other way, and he picks up his 9th RBI. He's now hit in 11 out of 13 games.
He's having a better offensive season than the rookie J.D. Closser is, that's for sure. Closser is still at 185 for the year. Didn't try to do too much with that at bat either. He had that runner at third. All he's trying to do is hit the ball hard somewhere, and he got a pitch up and away and took it to right field. RBI base hit.
And it definitely was up. Here's Relaford. He goes after the first pitch. Langerhans was playing him near the line and shallow. He's driven back to the wall, and he makes another terrific over-the-shoulder catch. That ball really jumped off the bat of Desi Relaford, and Langerhans had to run about a half mile to get it.
This gives him 9 putouts in the last 2 games. And the ball hit right down the line here, kind of off the end of the bat, but look how far it carries. That's what can happen in this ballpark.
Two out for Holiday, who singled to center his first time up. Trying to break out of a 4 for 36. That's out of play. Holiday, a terrific high school two-sport athlete, football and baseball, out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. His dad was a coach at Oklahoma State. In foul territory, Mondesi at the wall reached into the crowd and couldn't come up with it. He had to go a long way to try to make that catch and just couldn't quite come up with it amongst the crowd.
Not that deep into the seats. I think one of the problems that Mondesi had there is he was so tentative when he got near that wall. He wasn't quite sure how close he was. He could have gone another full step and reached in and maybe caught that ball.
Yeah, he was mad at himself. You could see there his reaction. 0-2 to Holiday. Out of play. Two to 1 Colorado. Braves tied it up here in the top of the 4th. Rockies have regained the lead. Helton leading off the inning with a hot shot off the left leg of John Smoltz. 1-2. John's now at the 50 pitch mark. 32 strikes. John's ERA coming into today's game since opening day, 1.82. Right back at him again. It bounces all over him, picks it up, throws him out, and the inning is over. A run on 2 hits, a costly 2-base error, and 1 left. We go to the 5th, 2-1 Colorado.
Absorbs sweat and destroys odor on contact with new Zorbatex technology. And by Wagner Power Painting Tools. Paint fast, paint smart.
2-1 Colorado. We go to the 5th. Marcus Giles in the heart of the order due up against Yen-Hyun Kim, who has exceeded his 50-pitch limit by 26 pitches at this point, but has been sharp. He has struck out Giles twice. 2-0. The only run allowed, a home run to Andrew Jones last inning. Out of play. Marcus came into the game today tied for the league lead in doubles with 13, tied with Brad Wilkerson of the Nationals, who you pointed out to me before the ball game had taken a lofty perch as a team.
Yeah, the Washington Nationals lead the National League in team batting average. That's a spot almost always occupied by Colorado.
It's gotten dark here at the ballpark again. Straight up. Holiday wants it. Has it. 1 out. The Rockies are now second in team batting, right? Behind Washington.
Yep, number 2.
They're last in ERA and last in defense.
And that's not unusual, the ERA part anyway. Almost every year they've been in existence, they finished first, second, or third in hitting and last or next to last in earned run average.
Chipper's 0 for 2, takes that breaking ball for a strike. He just flied to center. Hit the ball deep his first time up, struck out in the third. 1 for 5 last night. Threw that one by him. 0-2.
And still only topping out at about 87 or 88 miles an hour on that fastball, but changing speeds, and he's really using the entire strike zone. He's up, down, in, out on every hitter.
That breaking ball, though, really sets up his fastball. Unlike most pitchers who try to establish the fastball first. His isn't good enough.
Used to be.
It used to be, and it's effective now because it gets on you so quick when you're looking for that off-speed stuff. Well hit to right field. Hop on the run again. Can't get it. It'll short hop the wall. Chipper's around first. He'll make second with a 1-out double. Chipper really threw some top hand on that swing. And he's got his 12th double.
Well, if he was looking for the breaking ball, he got just what he was looking for here. And it hung up right over the inside part of the plate. Gives Chipper an 8-game hitting streak.
And Julio Franco, the batter, he has singled sharply to center and he is lined hard to right.
And now their bullpen is starting to stir.
Julio hitting .271. Tried to go to right field and fouled it away. Well, whoever they bring out of the bullpen today is going to try to make one lasting impression before Blaine Neal gets here.
That's that 20-year-old Marcos Carvajal.
He worked an inning last night, gave up a run. The 0-1 to Julio inside, almost got past Green. 2-1 Rockies. Braves have 3 hits, a single by Franco, a home run by Andrew Jones, and a double with 1 out here in the 5th by Chipper. That's high, 2-1. Look how much room the Rockies give Julio down the left field line.
It gets to be a little bit more every at bat.
It's got to be 50 yards between Holiday and the line.
Holiday is actually playing off to the center field side of the left center field gap mark.
Well hit to right center. Hop has a beat on it. Chipper's tagging, but he's going to hold. Hop has a very good arm, as you saw right there. But another hard hit ball by Franco. And here's Andrew, who homered into the right field bleachers his last time up. He walked back in the 2nd.
6th homer, 20th RBI of the year. Got a fastball down away, hits it the opposite way into the right field seats.
Right into the umbrellas. Let's see if they pitch to him. Got Estrada on deck. Yep, there's a strike. And he is 21 for his last 42. Pops another one that way. Did he get under it too much? Sullivan has it. Andrew hit the ball hard again, but the Braves come up empty. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 2-1.
We're moving into the 6th inning here at Coors Field. Over on our sister network, 40 games and 40 nights. The NBA playoffs continue tonight at 8 Eastern on TNT. Doubleheader, Indiana at Detroit game 2. Dallas at Phoenix game 2. The home team up 1-0 in each of those series.
And Corey Sullivan will lead off for the Rockies here in the bottom half of the inning. He hit into a 6-3 double play his first time up. 3 for 9 in the series. John Smoltz has given up 2 runs on 5 hits. He has struck out 2. Showing no ill effects from either the back or the shot he took off the leg from Helton Pete.
Well, he had a couple of them hit him in that last inning.
Yeah.
The last out of the inning, the ball hit by Holiday also looked like a ricochet off his chest.
1-2 now to Sullivan.
Well, he's used to pitching in games where his team hasn't scored many runs for him. That's been his story
true.
much of the season.
Yeah, the last start a real fluke when he got 9 runs to work with in his victory over Houston. I think he'd been given 10 runs total to work with in his first 6 starts, and then got 9 on the 6th of May at home. Well hit to center. Andrew was playing that way. He's got it. 1 out. And we're going to have a pitcher, it looks like. Pinch hit for Byung-Hyun Kim. Jason Jennings, a good hitting pitcher, will come up with 1 out, nobody on. He started last night's game. Went only 4 innings. Got 1 at bat, grounded out. 2 home runs in his career, including his first big league start in which he threw a shutout and hit a home run at Shea Stadium.
A pretty good way to start your career, huh?
Not bad. One and 1. Kim did a great job for these guys. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run allowed. He walked 4. 2 of those were intentional. Struck out 5. Gave up the home run to Andrew Jones.
That's Jose Acevedo in the bullpen now. Now, Kim may have saved his spot on this club. If you look at the pitchers that have been pitching out of the Colorado bullpen, it was Kim who had the highest earned run average and all those walks.
3-1 now to Jennings.
And with a roster move having to come with Blaine Neal's acquisition, Kim may have been the odd man out until today. Now they may have to rethink that.
Good swing. Full count. Well, we haven't been here to witness his other trials and tribulations, but as far as I'm concerned, Kim ought to get a good look to get back in the rotation.
Yes. As well as he pitched today.
Payoff pitch to Jennings. Bounce toward first, but foul.
Clint Hurdle, a very familiarly used phrase about Jason Jennings after his outing last night, saying we just have to get him to take that next step. He's proven he can pitch at the major leagues. He's been right around the 500 mark the last couple of years. Now they'd like him to go beyond that.
Sends that one to deep center. Andrew on the run. Still going. He hauled it in. About 410 feet away off the bat of a pitcher who is pinch hitting. Let's send it to Mark Fine for an update.
All right, Joe, we had to show you this. The A's took the lead in the top of the 9th. You know, Kevin Millar had a walk-off homer for the Sox last night. Today, Jason Varitek off Octavio Dotel. Red Sox do it again. 6-5 to Fine.
Braves will see those Red Sox at the tail end of this road trip. Those fans have been treated to some excitement the last 2 nights or 2 games. Barmas tripled his first time up, grounded out in the 3rd, and Julio's been pulled off the bag here on that throw. Should have been out of the inning, but Smoltz will have to work to Miles. Didn't look like Marcus could get much on this throw.
He might have had a little more time than he thought, too. See, the runner is just now coming into the picture. Marcus threw off the wrong foot. He might have had time to take one more step, plant, and throw.
It's an E4.
There's a tendency, just a natural tendency, for the ball to sail that way when you're moving in that direction.
Strike call to Miles, who has delivered a sacrifice fly in the first, then flied to left in the third inning. Four for 10 in the series. All the hits came in game one. And for Call's going to haul that one in and in the inning, so Smoltz didn't have to work too much harder. One left. We go to the sixth. Still 2-1 Rockies.
Let's take a look at our Armor All game summary. Braves were down 1-0 in the fourth inning when Andrew Jones hit that pitch over the right field wall, his 6th homer of the year. That tied the score. And then in the bottom half of the fourth, an RBI single by Todd Green brought home Todd Helton from third to give the Rockies the lead. So a very un-Coors Field-like game so far here today. It's 2-1. We go to the 6th inning.
And dark again here at the ballpark. Estrada, Langerhans, and Mondesi due up against the new pitcher, Jose Acevedo, who pitched well here a couple of nights ago. Worked an inning and 2/3, gave up a hit but no runs, did commit a balk. Both bullpens have been very good in this series. Estrada takes outside, ball one. The Braves pen has worked 8 2/3 innings of shutout baseball, and the Rockies bullpen 8 2/3 innings, and they've only allowed 1 earned run. Changeup tapped right back to the mound. Acevedo throws him out. Langerhans has grounded out and reached on an error. 1 for 8 in the series. There are Acevedo's numbers for the year. League hitting .317 against him, though, on those 13 hits in what is now 10 innings. Telegraphed that off-speed pitch, 1-0. I think the Rockies got just enough out of Kim to get him out of there, Pete. The Braves hit the ball hard last inning.
And what was supposed to be a 50-pitch day turned out to be a 91-pitch day. So he stayed out there a lot longer than they thought he was going to.
Langerhans puts a charge in one. That is belted into the bullpen. Tie game off the back wall of the bullpen. His 4th home run of the year. Ryan Langerhans is playing lights out.
He's making great defensive plays. He's making big offensive contributions. Think of the home runs he hit. He hit the game winner, his first major league home run up in Houston, then the 2 home run game with 6 RBIs on Sunday, and now this one to tie the game here today.
That's in that spot that Andrew called a jet stream out there near the Rockies bullpen and the Braves bullpen, but he didn't need any help. And now Mondesi hits one high and into deep left center, but Holiday has a play on this one. 2 out. So John Smoltz is back even, and Byung-Hyun Kim will have a no decision to show for his good work. Langerhans all smiles, and it should be that way. Smoltz will hit for himself. He has struck out and walked. Struck out with 2 out and the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. 0-1. Strike call 0-2. Braves head to LA after the game. Day off tomorrow. Back in action Friday. Horacio Ramirez against Jeff Weaver. Saturday Mike Hampton against Odalis Perez. Sunday day game Tim Hudson against Scott Erickson. Smoltz is out of there, and he had a funny swing at that. Hope that didn't restrain that back. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tied up now.
tickets, visit us online at HamptonInn.com or call 1-800-HAMPTON. And by the Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Tied at 2 again. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Todd Helton has doubled and singled. Doubled off the left field wall, singled off the left leg of John Smoltz. He has scored a run. Let's take a look at Todd Helton's scorecard, brought to you by Wagner. He has scored, I believe it's 5 runs in this 3-game series. Make it 4. Big swing, an uncharacteristic swing by Helton. Has him shaking his head a little bit. He's 6 for 14 in his career against John. Popped it up, straight up. Who wants it? Julio takes it. That was a mile high here in the Mile High City. 1 out. Ryan Langerhand's home run, and the one he hit, the 2 he hit in Atlanta the other day, were certainly belted. I know that one of them, 402, the first one, 416 feet the second one, and the tail of the tape today, 440 feet to the back of the Rockies bullpen. Brad Hopp takes a strike. This is Langerhand's 10th start of the year, and in the previous 9, the Braves have gone 7-2.
Well, he's been a big contributor the last week, that's for sure, with his bat and his glove. I'll tell you who's happy about that. He's not with the club traveling yet, but Pat Corrales, who took an instant liking to Langerhand's first time he saw him in a Braves uniform. He's watching back home in Atlanta, still recuperating with that knee. He's getting it done for you, Pat.
And Pat's doing a lot better, feeling better too. He looked really good in the last homestand, coming along in his rehab. Chased a bad ball. One of the better fastballs of the day by John. 2-2. First start at Coors Field for John Smoltz since August of 1999. Full count. Payoff pitch to Hop. Out of play. John's working here in the 6th inning today, and
anything under 5 is good in this ballpark. Anything under 5.
Had it not been for that back strain, he would have probably had a chance to go the distance the way he was pitching against Houston, but walks Hop here. But he has pitched into the 7th inning in 5 of his last 6 starts.
So we talked about the Rockies pitching and how they almost always trail the National League. And that's been true just about every year of their existence. And every year of their existence, they have had a team earned run average over 5, except for 1 year, 1995. They were 4.97. They made the playoffs that year. So that should be the goal of every pitching coach with Colorado every year. Keep that staff ERA under 5.
Todd Green singled in a run his last time up. Hits this one to no man's land out in center, and Andrew tracks it down. 2 out.
He will tell you after this game, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
You'd run so much if you play center field, especially here at Coors Field, over the course of a 3-game series. There's so much ground to cover.
Well, Langerhans was going, seemed like he was going sideline to sideline in the 1st inning. And as he told us, Andrew told us 2 nights ago, he says, I just don't know where to play in this park.
Now, well, you can't. There's no perfect spot to put yourself.
Desi Relaford takes high. He sent Langerhans back to the wall his last time up. He's 0 for 2 today.
So you shade Relaford over where Andrew's got him played right now. That opens up that gap in right center. If he gets a ball to right center field now, there's a spot out there that neither Mondesi nor Jones can get to. right out there by where the bullpen windows are.
Good breaking ball. 1-1 to count. John hasn't thrown a lot of splits today, mostly fastballs and sliders. That might have been one. Missed. A lot of wide open spaces out there. Estrada caught that one in the web of his glove to prevent a wild pitch. 3-1 now to Relaford. Braves have turned one double play today back in the second inning. Furcal turned it by himself. 6-3. .81 pitches for John. Runner goes. Pitch foul tipped. Throw down, and Furcal was late covering. Foul tip into the glove of Estrada, so he had a chance to throw out Brad Hopp, but Furcal wasn't there. Good throw.
Yeah, it was a good throw. Here you'll see the break by Hopp. He didn't get a particularly good jump. Estrada right on the nose with that throw, but Furcal had just gotten there and hadn't even had time to cut his way back into the bag. He was still way behind the bag, still on his way.
First stolen base of the year for Hopp. And the 3-2 pitch misses, and 2 walks in the inning, 2 on the day for John.
Well, he's already done something that Bobby Cox was in dire need of today, and that's give him some innings. Bobby, after the game last night, talking about how he had 2 or 3 guys he can't use out of the bullpen today because they pitched 2 or 3 days in a row. And in a couple of cases, more than 1 inning 2 days in a row. Jorge Sosa has done that. So he needed some innings from his starting pitcher, and he's gotten them.
You saw Bobby Cox moving down the dugout. Asked Glenn Hubbard perhaps who was supposed to be covering on that throw to second base. Not happy, especially after the good throw by Estrada was right on the bag. 0-1 to Holiday, who's 1 for 2 today. 1-1. His last time up, he hit one that back at John that rattled off his shin and hand. Looked like got him in the chest too. A 2-2 tie in the 6th. 1-2 the count. Holiday last year in his first year, 400 at bats, 14 homers, 57 RBIs, and he hit .290.
Sun has broken through here.
How about that? The 1-2 got him. A little sunshine for John Smoltz after a couple of walks in the inning. He strands them. We go to the 7th, still tied.
Come on, George, you just need 1 run.
Go 9 innings with Jerry, Elaine, George, and Kramer. There'll be plenty of hits, errors, and strikeouts. Catch an hour of Seinfeld Wednesday at 9/8 Central on TBS.
Tied after 6, and here's Pete.
And Rafael Furcal leading it off is 0 for 3. 0 for his last 8 now in this series. Struck out his last time up facing Jose Acevedo here in the 7th. In the air, right center. He got under that one. Hopp and Sullivan are converging. It'll be Sullivan in center making the catch, 1 away.
Furcal was asked in the dugout by first Glenn Hubbard and then Bobby Cox who was supposed to be covering, and he took full responsibility for not being there.
1 out now. Marcus Giles 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a fly out to left. He's trying to keep a hitting streak alive. 6 straight games coming into this one. Ball 1 to Marcus. You don't get many games like this in this ballpark. The games we had the first 2 nights here, much more typical of the kind of games you can expect to see here at Coors Field. This is a 2-2 ball game in the 7th.
Well, Acevedo really slows down his delivery on that slow breaking ball.
Slows down everything.
Yeah, baseball players refer to it as telegraphing what he's about to do. He certainly does that.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Marcus Giles.
Marcus's right hand, I'm sure, still sore from that bad hop last night, but he's mostly a bottom hand hitter anyway. Inside out.
Rolls this one left side. The throw to first by Barmas in time. He almost over-exaggerates that overhand throw, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And it almost cost him there. He had to double clutch a little bit to get in the right throwing position for himself. Got rid of it in time and just got Marcus, who was hustling down the line.
Somewhere in his background, he must have had a couple of games where he quickly got rid of a ball with a sidearm toss that sailed. And some coach got on him to stay on top of the ball and throw it overhand and follow through with the throw, because he tries to do that on every throw to first base.
Well, he was an outfielder in college, switched to that position late in his college career, and maybe it was just a carryover from his throwing motion from being a center fielder.
Chipper Jones 1 for 3 with a double. Has now hit safely in 8 straight games. There's that off-speed pitch hit in the air to left. And this will be a 1-2-3 inning for Acevedo. 3 up, 3 down for Atlanta in the 7th. 7th inning stretch time here in Colorado. Game still tied.
Fans, the know-how question of the game, built by Home Depot, comes from Lindell Jones from Strunk, Kentucky, who wants to know how, as a player assigned his number on his jersey. And for the Braves, Mr. Jones, it's typically handed out by Bill Acree, the equipment manager and traveling secretary for the Braves. However, certain special requests are honored if a player has a favorite number, especially when you have a veteran come to the ball club.
Yeah, a veteran may have a number that he's worn his whole career, or a rookie may have a number that's not being used that he would like to wear. Ground ball to the right side by Sullivan. It's right at Giles, got away. Sullivan now 0 for 3. And now Luis Gonzalez coming on to pinch hit for Acevedo. Gonzalez, who has been limited to pinch hitting in this series because of a gout problem that has affected his hands. He is hitting .261. He has a homer and 4 RBIs. And John Smoltz still out there. Delivers. Fly ball right center. Another long run for Andrew Jones. Slows down now, puts it away. 2 gone. And back will go to the top of the order, and Clint Barmas.
John's been very efficient today, Pete.
Yeah. Well, we're in the 7th inning. He's only thrown 90 pitches.
Braves just need to get him a run or 5.
Barmas got a run almost on his own in the 1st inning when he led off with a triple. Came home in a sac fly by Miles. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Shows bunt, takes ball 1. Now 1-0 to Barmas. Is hit high in the air, deep left center field, but that's where Langerhans had him played. And he's there for the catch, and that's a very quick 1-2-3. Bottom half of the 7th for Smoltz, still tied.
DreamWorks Television present a 6-week television event, Into the West, starting June 10th, only on TNT.
Fans of Braves Clubhouse Collection offers apparel for the youngest fan to the adult. You'll also find ladies apparel along with earrings, pendants, bracelets, and much more. For more details, call the Braves catalog at 1-800-433-BRAVES or visit the Braves Clubhouse store at CNN Center.
Moving along to the 8th inning, third pitcher of the day for the Rockies, Brian Fuentes, who is making his 20th appearance. He's 0-2, a .321 earned run average. He's been with the Rockies since midway through the 2002 season, and he has an ERA right around 4. He's done a pretty good job out of their bullpen. He had an ERA under 3 2 years ago. And Franco leads it off here in the 8th inning. 1 ball, no strikes to Julio. Julio's 1 for 3. And we'll take a look at Franco's scorecard, brought to you by Crestor. There you see that base hit. Got him as far as 3rd in the 2nd inning. Was stranded there. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A foul out of play. 1-1. 19,631. The paid crowd today. I'm not sure all of them actually showed up. It was a gloomy, gloomy morning here in Denver. A lot of rain and wind and pretty chilly. But it's gotten better as the day has progressed. Now the 1-1 to Franco is hit high in the air. Foul again off to the right. 1-2.
Cubs are trying something different today. They've changed closers. They're in the 9th inning against the Mets with a 1-run lead, and they've called on Ryan Dempster to try to get him out of the jam, 1st and 3rd.
Well, they had to try something.
Yes, they did. LaTroy Hawkins was really scuffling.
Here's a 1-2 on the way. A little chopper hit off to the right side of second base. Long throw. Good play by Aaron Miles. His momentum carrying him toward left field. He still was able to get a good throw away.
It's a very accurate throw from that position. Nicely done.
One out in the 8th. Now Andrew Jones. Andrew has walked, homered, and flying to center. He's 5 for 10 in this series. He's hit safely in 8 straight games. His batting average for the year up to .292.
They're going to play him to right center too. You don't see that happen very often. Went that way for his home run in the 4th inning off Yun Kim. Fastball down. They're right out by the bullpen. Andrew hitting .318 against lefties.
Here's the 0-1 on the way, and it's grounded foul off to the left. The count 0-2. Tell you what players think about coming into a ballpark like this. I told you how Andrew Jones says he's just exhausted after a series here, all the running that you have to do in the outfield. John Thompson after the game yesterday had a great quote. Said we left Colorado a couple of years ago and went straight to Wrigley Field. When we walked out on the field, all my teammates were saying, "Where's the outfield?" It's like walking into one of those just infield ballparks. After all the expanse that you see here at Coors Field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Even I mean, it's not just us. Even the Colorado players.
Oh yeah,
talk about it all the time about what a difficult place this is to play.
And how weird things continue to happen here, like that ball last night that perched on the padding out in right.
Yeah, that was a first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul on the left side. Still 1-2.
Fuentes got away with a pitch there.
If you weren't here last night, watch what happened here.
Marcus hits one to right field, and it goes off Hop's glove and then just sat on the padding. It didn't get lodged in the padding. The umpires ruled it a ground rule double, but in reality that ball should have been in play. It was not wedged in between anything.
Hop didn't know where it was for a while. Finally somebody screamed at him to try the ledge, and he had to jump up to get it. 2 gone as Jones is thrown out by Fuentes. Fuentes out of Merced, California. And he's been a valuable guy in that Colorado bullpen since they got him from Seattle. They got him from Seattle in the Jeff Cirillo trade back in the winter of 2001. Here's Estrada now. He's 0 for 3. He'll turn around, bat right-handed.
He hasn't had many right-handed at bats and just 1 for 15 in those opportunities. John Smoltz still in the dugout trying to stay loose.
There is activity. Looks like Chris Rietzma up in the Atlanta bullpen. One ball, no strikes on Johnny Estrada. Bobby Dews watching over things out there in the Atlanta Braves pen. 1-1 on Estrada. Seven in a row retired by Colorado pitching. They got the last 2 outs in the 6th inning. Acevedo got those, and a 1-2-3 7th. Now Fuentes has gotten the first 2 outs here in the 8th inning, and as they had 1 and 2 on Estrada.
He's got good stuff. He's a little different arm angle than most lefties.
Kind of slings the ball at you, doesn't he?
Yeah. Ball a little bit hard to pick up, especially for left-handers, but has good sinking action. Throws strikes.
2-2. Langerhans on deck. His homer tied this game in the 6th inning. Down on strikes Estrada. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Fuentes, and that's 8 in a row retired now by Rockies pitching. Still tied heading to the bottom of the 8th.
Again, fans, Boys and Girls Clubs of America is the official charity of Major League Baseball. Together they create a positive place for kids. John Smoltz back out there, Pete.
Out there for the 8th inning. A 2-2 game here at Coors Field. Very, very rare to see a game like this here in a tough part of the batting order coming up for Colorado. Aaron Miles, Todd Helton, Brad Haupt.
Those 5 pitches in the 7th inning may be the difference here that allowed him to work here in the 8th.
Aaron Miles drove in a run with a sac fly in the 1st. He's 0 for 2 overall on the day. And it's 2-0 now on Miles. Well, we were talking about the Cubs trying something new in the bullpen today with Ryan Dempster. Didn't work. Mets tied it up in the 9th off of Dempster.
Cost Mark Pryor a win.
Here's the 2-0 on the ground toward short for Call. Circles it, throws on to first. Dug out of there by Franco. Good play by Call. Good play by Franco. One away.
Difficult throw for Rafi because he knew he had to hurry. Miles has good speed. Has to throw off the wrong foot, and a good scoot by Julio over there to help him out.
Here's Todd Helton back up over 300. After going 2 for 3 on the afternoon, he's up to 301 now for the year. Well, this is so typical of the John Smoltz games this year. Forget that opening day when he got knocked out of there in the 2nd inning by the Florida Marlins, who wound up losing 9-0.
Well, look at the game he's pitched today, Pete. The runs he's allowed, first pitch of the ball game triple, and a sac fly got the runner home. And then the run in the 4th, a single by Helton, and then his throw, which I think should have been an E1 instead of an E3, allowed Helton go from 1st to 3rd, where he scored on a single. Those are the only 2 runs he's allowed. He's been terrific again.
Since that opening loss to Florida, he went 7+ innings against the Mets, gave up 2 runs. 7 innings against the Phillies, gave up 2. 7 against Washington, gave up 1. 6 2/3 against the Mets, gave up 1. 6 2/3 against the Cardinals, gave up 1. And 5 against Houston, gave up 1. And then today's game, he hasn't given up more than 2 runs in a game all season, except for that first start.
And all of a sudden he's doing toe touches.
And that back may be stiffening up by now. It's been a cool afternoon. Here's the 2-2. Down the left field line off the bat of Helton. He is the best there is at using every inch of a ballpark. Throw into second base is late. Helton's got his 3rd hit of the day, his 2nd double. And you can go foul line to foul line, and you're not going to be able to find a spot that Todd Helton can't drop a line drive.
And you try to pitch to a weakness, something away, for fear that he might hit the ball about 9 miles to right field. This was a hanging slider out over the plate, but still nothing over the middle. It was the outside third of the plate, and he put good wood on it.
So now you've got a go-ahead run down at second base with one out in the bottom of the 8th. Brad Hopp, the hitter. Hopp is flat out, struck out and walked. That's only the 6th hit given up by Smoltz. Bobby Cox jogging out to the mound. Let's see if they'll pitch to Hopp or put him on and go after Green and Rutherford. The decision has been made, and we'll see what they do here with Brad Hopp.
Green's a double play candidate and a right-handed hitter, but they're going to work the Hopp.
They're going to try. Runner at second, one out. In the air, right center field, going back. Andrew Jones, long run, can't get there. Over his head, off the wall. That's going to get Todd Helton in. Heading for third is Hopp. He will make it standing, and the RBI triple gives the Rockies a 3-2 lead. And there we saw it again. There are places in this ballpark, no matter where you play in the outfield, you just can't get to. And neither Andrew Jones nor Raul Mondesi could get to that one.
5th RBI of the series for Hopp. Braves had him played over in left center, and he turned on a fastball. I'm not sure what it was that Bobby Cox went out to talk to John about. Certainly wasn't that. But their decision to pitch to him haunts them now, and they'll have to play the infield in.
Rockies lead it now 3-2. Todd Green, 1 for 3, has driven in one of those runs, and he takes a strike in the inside corner. Now you want to get out of the inning with no further damage and hope you can catch up in the 9th inning. You've got the lower third of the order. Langerhans, Mondesi in the pitching spot due up. 0-2 on Green. One man out. Hopp at third with his first triple of the year. Earlier in the game, Barmas got his first triple of the year. And there's a liner into center field. It's 4-2. And Todd Green has turned out to be a big cog in the Colorado offense today. That's his 2nd RBI of the day, his 10th of the year, and it's 4-2.
It's like something out away from him, too. Yeah, slider. Wasn't that bad a pitch. It might have been up some.
That's the 2nd time that we've seen Green do a really good job of hitting in a run scoring situation. His base hit to right field in the 4th inning came on a pitch that was away. All he tried to do is make contact and put it in play. Here's Rutherford. Rutherford 0 for 2.
Braves have a right-hander and a left-hander in the bullpen. Looks like Foster and maybe Cologne. That is exactly who it is.
Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that's rifled off the glove of Franco. See if Leo can get back to the bag. Giles gets to the ball, and Franco gets back to the bag. 3-4-3 if you score that one. Franco gets an assist and a putout. Down to second goes Todd Green. And the batter will be Matt Holliday. We told you about Kevin Grabowski going on the disabled list today with a viral infection. Frank Brooks has been called up from Richmond, the left-hander. A lot of big names going in the DL the last 24 hours. Jeff Bagwell and Sammy Sosa and Jason Schmidt, among others. Ball 1 to Holliday.
Kind of knew that was coming with Bagwell after he missed the entire Atlanta series.
And there had to be something wrong with Jason Schmidt. Fastball 5 to 7 miles an hour off what it was last year. 1-0 pitch to Holliday, 1-1.
Khalil Green's back off the disabled list, playing now for the Padres. Braves will see him at the beginning of next week.
Here's the 1-1. It's out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
John still has a little left in his fastball, but he's been hit hard this inning. A couple of mistakes that have cost him the lead. Cost him at least the tie game anyway.
Here's the 1-2 to Holiday, and it's low and away, ball 2.
Eighth inning rallies put some pressure on you because you only get one more at bat to try to tie or win the game, and the Braves had the bottom third of the order due up in the ninth.
I'm going to tell you something Clint Hurdle is doing here too, I think. That's strike 3 to Holiday. Looks to me like you're going to leave Fuentes in there because the Braves have Langerhans leading off and hardly anything except left-handed bats left on the bench.
You're changing. I know. I went through exactly the same thing at your age. No, not exactly.
You're not Superman, you know.
Spider-Man with 3 chances to watch, beginning Sunday, June 5th on TBS.
Colorado Rockies trying to win just their 2nd series of the season. And they have not stayed with Brian Fuentes. They have brought in their hard-throwing right-hander Chin-Wei Sao to try to close the deal here in the 9th inning. Dustin Moore takes over in right field. They flip-flop in the batting order. And Ryan Langerhans leads off with a line drive down the right field line. Home run off the foul pole. Another home run for Langerhans. It hit the netting attached to the foul pole, and Langerhans has his second 2-home run game in 4 days. And that makes it 4-3. Maybe they should have left Fuentes in there, Joe.
I thought it was a good call to do that with Ryan leading off, even if you go to Sal later. But what a job Langerhans is doing. He's all over that fastball. I didn't think it was going to be high enough to get above the high wall down the right field line.
He's got 5 homers on the year now and 12 RBIs, 2 more home runs today. It's now a 1-run game, and here's Raul Mondesi with nobody out. First pitch swinging, pop fly, shallow right. Miles back, Moore in. Moore has it. 1 gone. Now Adam LaRoche. The Braves have LaRoche, a left-handed bat. They have Orr, a left-handed bat still remaining. They've got Wilson Betemit, a switch hitter who can bat left-handed. That's why I kind of thought that Fuentes might stay in there with Langerhans and then a pinch hitter, obviously, for the pitcher coming up. But they're kind of playing into the Braves' strength there, which is left-handed bats coming off the bench.
Well, that second run awfully big, isn't it?
It's huge.
Base hit by Todd Green.
4-3 game. LaRoche, who didn't start the game, he's nursing a tight hamstring, has been really for the last 4 or 5 days. Aggravated it last night. Batting .255 with 4 homers and 22 RBIs. Leads the club in RBIs. Chin-Wei Sao, native of Taiwan and considered the top young pitcher in the Rockies organization. He is 3 for 3 in save opportunities this year.
Good fastball, good slider, throws hard,
and throws strikes. That ball hit hard to right at Moore, though. 2 men gone.
How about that defensive alignment? They were giving LaRoche the right field line. Had him played more to right center, and he hit it right at Moore.
Well, the last hope for the Braves, Rafael Furcal, and he is due. He's 0 for 4 in this game and 0 for his last 9 now. This is uncharted territory for the Colorado Rockies this year, winning a series. They've only done it once. And a pitch to Furcal in for a strike. They did it against the Dodgers here at Coors Field back on the 16th, 17th, and 18th of April. They took 2 out of 3. The only series they've won. 0-2 now on Furcal.
Rafael's looked a little confused at the plate today. He's had some funny swings, especially against Kim. And very late on that swing. Looked like he was looking for something else and still pulled the trigger.
An 0-2 pitch to Furcal on the way. Here it comes. Liner towards center and in for a base hit. So the Braves get that potential tying run on base. An 0-2 pitch. That was a good swing by Furcal. Didn't try to do too much with that. And follow the bouncing baseball again for Clint Hurdle as things get a little tense here in the 9th inning.
Good sinker down and away, broke his bat in half. All he did was throw the bat out there, and he found a soft spot. Now do you try to run? Green's thrown out only 1 of 14 base stealers.
Marcus Giles 0 for 4, trying to extend a 6-game hitting streak. Gets another chance here. Fly ball, deep right field. Going back, Dustin Moore to the track, to the wall. It is off the wall. Here comes Furcal around third. Marcus Giles has himself another double, and the Braves have tied the game with yet another 2-out run here in the 9th inning. A leadoff home run by Ryan Langerhans, and then a 2-out RBI double by Marcus Giles, and we are tied 4-4.
His 14th double of the year, his first hit of the day. He's extended his hitting streak to 7 games. A hanging slider, and he's taken John Smoltz off the hook with this drive to right. Hit right off the padding and came back right at the feet of Dustin Moore.
It almost got out of here.
Yeah, it did. And they're not out of the woods yet.
Now Chipper Jones with a go-ahead run down at 2nd and 2 outs. And now we're looking at the possibility of the Braves taking this series. If they can get another run in and hold the Rockies scoreless in the bottom half, they're going to walk Chipper Jones, pitch instead to Julio Franco.
Pete, it's amazing. I mean, the Braves were down to their last strike, and Furcal looked bad on a pitch or two before his base hit, and he
takes better swings with 2 strikes.
Let's face it, he had a broken bat flare to center to get this all going.
The intentional walk will be the 5th walk of the day. This is something certainly that Clint Hurdle's been through before. His bullpen coming into this game a record of 1 win, 9 losses. And although Sal was 3 for 3 in save opportunities, the bullpen overall 3 for 10 in save opportunities, and now they've blown another one. So now they're 3 for 11. And Julio Franco with a chance to be a hero here in the 9th inning. He's 1 for 4.
And he's hit the ball hard 3 times today.
See if he had a chance to see Sal the other day.
I think he did, because he was upset about the swings he took. He was taking all the way on the first pitch and then got in a hole. Felt like he chased a bad ball for strike 3 on a slider.
That was his only career at bat against Chinwei Sao. Here's the first pitch to Franco, and it's a fastball a little high, ball 1. Tied at 4.
Coming into play today, the Braves had only scored 4 runs in the 9th inning total. 2 today.
One of them coming after 2 are out on a base hit by Furcal and a double by Giles. Here's the 1-0 pitch, hit foul on a play right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rockies were 1 strike away from putting away the Braves and winning just their 2nd series of the year. But Rafael Furcal got that base hit to center, setting the stage for the Marcus Giles double. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball, right side, base hit, right field. Here comes Giles, being waved around third. Moore has bobbled the ball in right. The Braves have taken the lead. Chipper Jones winds up at third as Julio Franco drives in his 4th run of the year. Another 2-out run for Atlanta, and the Braves lead it 5-4.
Look at that dugout. They're beating the tar out of Marcus Giles.
Huge 9th inning hits for Atlanta here.
And Julio does what he does best, go to right field. Moore knew he was going to have a play. John Smoltz is watching, but Dustin Moore overran the baseball.
John Smoltz has a chance to win this game.
Yes, he does.
He's the pitcher of record. And the batter is Andrew Jones. He has a homer today. All this 2-out damage, and this has been going on for Atlanta since the Houston series. 2-out runs galore in that series.
Andrew rolled his ankle a little bit on a swing his last at bat, Pete, when he grounded out back to the pitcher in the 8th inning, and he just rolled it again a little bit on that follow through.
0-1 the count. He's the 8th man to bat in the inning. 5-4. Braves lead it. Ground ball towards short. Barmas to Miles. for out number 3. But what a comeback for Atlanta. 2 outs, trailing by a run. They get a single by Furcal, an RBI double by Marcus Giles. After the intentional walk to Chipper Jones, an RBI single by Julio Franco. Now Dan Kolb will try to save it for John Smoltz.
It's now time for the Odor Eaters' fantastic feat of the game. Ryan Langerhans, another 2-home run game. This blast 440 feet in the 6th inning, and then leads off the 9th with a shot off the foul screen down the right field line. Congratulations to Ryan. We go to the bottom of the 9th.
And Dan Kolb trying to save it now for John Smoltz, who all of a sudden is in a position to win the game. Kolb trying for his 10th save of the year. And Corey Sullivan leading it off. There's a strike in the count, even 1 ball 1 strike. Sullivan 0 for 3 today. Dustin Moore on deck, by the way, in the top half of the inning, and that ball bobbled by Moore in right field. He was charged with an error, which enabled Chipper Jones to get an extra base, going from 2nd to 3rd. So add that to the error column for Colorado. 2-1 the count. And the 2-1 pitch is cut on and missed. 2-2. Dan Kolb making his 16th appearance, a 1-2 record, 5.14 ERA, 9 saves. They haven't always been the prettiest saves in the world.
No, they haven't.
He's been able to work his way through some messes that he's gotten himself into.
Here's where you hope some of that inexperience goes the way of the Atlanta Braves. That Colorado just not experienced enough to finish games when they have leads in the 9th. And young players at the plate like Sullivan leading off, who might chase a bad ball.
That's right at the 3rd baseman, Chipper Jones. He watched that ball go right into his glove. 1 away. And Dustin Moore will bat for the first time.
Watch Chipper. Watch this right into the glove.
Kolb has not given up a run in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outings, covering 5 innings. Trying to keep that string going today. Here's Moore. And he takes a strike.
I don't think it really has much to do with Dan being hit hard, Pete, as much as it just wanting to see him pitch with confidence and throw strikes with confidence. You know, be aggressive in the zone.
Yeah, the walks have hurt him as much as anything this year, when he has had shaky innings. 14 innings of 12 walks coming into this game. But he's throwing strikes today. Nothing in 2 to count on Moore.
Throwing hard.
Moore hitting just 111 for the year. He's 3 for 27. Former Giant, former Minnesota Twin. And the 0-2 foul back. With an off day looming, there is no better feeling when you're on the road than to put together a big rally in the last inning to pull a game out. And then head for your next city with a day off.
No question.
And that's what the Braves are trying to do here. The 0-2 pitch.
Something else. Back in the days when the Rockies first came into existence and the Braves were 12-1 over at Mile High Stadium, there were games where you knew Atlanta was going to win. The Rockies knew Atlanta was going to win. And maybe that same feeling is prevalent today with this young ball club.
Well, it certainly came out of nowhere with 2 outs in the 9th inning. And the Braves still a run down in an 0-2 count on a hitter who was 0 for his last 8.
Just a little broken bat flare by Rafi got it going. That guy has made himself a major league player, known to everybody.
Deep left field. Langerhans looking up. It's not over yet. Dustin Moore has tied it here in the bottom of the 9th with his 2nd home run of the year.
No doubt about it. Fastball out over the plate. Perfect swing on that ball. It stayed back through the head of the bat at it and well over 400 feet.
That's the first home run given up by Dan Kolb this year. And now Barmes with the score tied at 5. Barmes today is 1 for 4. Nothing into the count on Barmes. Here's the 0-2 pitch upstairs. Well, this was a 2-2 ball game for 7.5 innings. It's turning into more of a Coors Field type game since the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Liner up the middle. That's a base hit. And Barmes, another 2-hit day. It's hard to raise your batting average when you're hitting .395, but Barmes has done that today, going 2 for 5. And that'll bring up Aaron Miles.
That run, by the way, the first one allowed by the Braves bullpen in this series.
Miles 0 for 3, did drive in a run with a sacrifice fly in the first inning.
And these guys are very good with the bat, these two guys. Barmes has good speed. Miles, good hit and run man.
Bounces one in the hole, a right field, base hit, heading for third is Barmes. Up with the ball, Mondesi, the throw back to the middle of the infield, and now the Colorado Rockies are just 90 feet away from winning this game. A game they thought they had in the top half of the 9th inning. First and third, 1 out, and the batter is Todd Helton. Helton has doubled twice, he has singled, he has popped out. And I don't think there's anybody you'd less like to see walking in there if you're a Braves fan than this guy.
No, I don't think so. They're going to walk him.
Well, even though first base is not open, I don't blame him.
His run means nothing. Miles' run means nothing. It's only the guy at third base.
Helton, the most experienced and the most dangerous hitter in the lineup. Preston Wilson has come out on deck to bat for the pitcher. And the intentional walk will load him up. For Wilson, who is a double play candidate if you can get him to hit the ball on the ground. He does hit into a lot of double plays. He also hits a lot of home runs. You've got Rietzma and Foster ready in the Braves bullpen. We'll see if they make a move after the intentional walk or whether they stick with Dan Kolb here, who also is a ground ball pitcher most of the time. There's ball 4. And here comes Wilson. And here comes Bobby Cox. And he wants Chris Rietzma.
I don't know if this is a signaling of the changing of the guard, Pete, but it might well be. Rietzma has been outstanding from the first day of the season. Kolb has struggled. And hats off. We're talking about these young players for the Rockies. Hats off to them for coming back in the 9th.
Well, if you want to know what kind of pressure a bullpen pitcher can sometimes face, consider what's on the shoulders of Chris Rietzma right now. He comes in from the bullpen with the bases loaded, 1 out in a tie game in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And Preston Wilson coming to the plate. You see the numbers on Rietzma for the year, and they've been outstanding. And the numbers for Preston Wilson on the year: 247, 4 homers, 16 RBIs. These two do have a history. Wilson has faced Rietzma 8 times. He has 3 hits against Chris, including a home run.
When Chris came to Atlanta from Cincinnati before the 2004 season, he had been the closer at the end of the year in 2003 for the Reds. He made 3 starts that year, but 54 relief appearances. Worked his way into the closer role and earned 12 saves for Cincinnati. He's done it before.
Once again, Dan Kolb sitting in that dugout wondering how to get things turned around. Okay, here we go with Wilson facing Rietzma. Bases loaded. Infield has to play in. 1 out in a tie game, bottom of the 9th. Ball 1.
Wilson, a good fastball hitter. He will chase a bad ball at times.
Good off-speed pitch there by Rietzma. It's 1-1 now on Preston Wilson.
Chris has an excellent changeup and a great curveball. Bobby and Freddie trying to get the outfielders to come in. There's only one out. They've got to play softball depth.
And softball depth in this ballpark is normal depth in most. Here's the 1-1 to Wilson. 1-2. Follow up that good changeup with a fastball. And the 92 miles an hour looks like about a 98 mile an hour pitch.
And it caused him to look for a breaking ball. Wilson had that ball thrown by him because he was looking for something off speed and was late pulling the trigger.
1-2.
But you don't have to throw him a strike here, and I think try to get him to chase something down and away. Breaking ball.
Just missed. 2-2. Boy, that was a close pitch.
Sure was.
Cubs have beaten the Mets 4-3. That's a final now in extra innings.
That just was off the plate. Try to make something happen here. You don't want to have to go 3-2 and groove a fastball.
2 balls, 2 strikes, only 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Todd Green on deck. Here's the 2-2 to Wilson. Struck him out. Threw him that changeup again on the inner part of the plate, and there's a huge strikeout for Rietsma. A huge second out in the inning.
Look at this funny swing. Straight changeup. Wilson's already opened up. Can't connect. Head's flying out. What a pitch.
Now with 2 outs, Todd Green, who has already struck twice with RBI singles today, will be facing Rietsma. The infield back at normal depth. The outfield back at normal depth.
Both of his hits been on pitches up and out over the plate.
Green 0 for 1 lifetime against Rietsma. Pitch to him. He takes a strike on 1.
There's the hook.
Boy, what a change in this game, huh?
Unreal after the way it was kind of floating along there at 2-2.
Now it is 5-5, bottom of the 9th. 0-1 pitch to Todd Green. Missed.
Green's up there with a lot of confidence. When you've done something off the bench, you hadn't played in 3 days, come in and drive in runs like he did with 2 at bats today. You feel like you can hit anybody. Doesn't matter who's out there.
So you had today a game started by a pair of former closers, John Smoltz and Byung-Hyun Kim. And then the tail end of the game featured the failure of a pair of closers, Kolb and Sau. Now Chris Rietsma trying to get 1 more out here in the 9th inning and send this game to extra innings.
This might have been about sequence. What are we going to do to set Green up to get him out? May not come on this next pitch, but it may be the next pitch may be the one that sets up the out pitch they want.
One to Green. Missed. 2-1.
Farmas broke off third base, and that may have distracted Rietsma a little bit.
Well, they threw him the fastball there down and away. See if they come back with another one or go to the change. 2-1.
That changeup was a very good pitch to Wilson.
Up the middle, base hit. Todd Green has done it again. 3rd RBI hit for Todd Green. This one a game winner. And the Colorado Rockies have won just their 2nd series of the year, rallying after losing the lead in the top half of the 9th inning to win it in the bottom half of the 9th.